Order the Rice County Board of Commissioners meeting for Tuesday, May 12th. First item on the agenda is roll call.
Bauer.
Here.
Gillen.
Here.
Malika.
Here.
Dockin.
Here.
And Miller.
Here. Second item on the agenda is approval of minutes of April 28th.
So moved.
Second. We have a motion by Commissioner Mock, a second by Commissioner Bauer to approve the minutes of April 28th. Any changes, corrections?
I think that was Gillen.
Jake, okay. Sorry about that. Motion, second by Gillen. Any changes or corrections? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passed. Next, approval of minutes of May 5th.
So move approval.
Second.
Give it to Bauer.
Okay. We have a motion by Commissioner Gillen, second by Commissioner Bauer to approve the minutes from May 5th. Any changes or corrections? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Next, approval of our agenda as written.
So move. Second?
We have a motion by Commissioner Dockin, second by Commissioner Gillen to approve our agenda. Any changes or corrections? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Moving on, we want to welcome all the Youth Government Day participants. Unfortunately, our meeting is not going to be very exciting, so trying to stay awake.
Don't tell them that.
Oh, if anybody has any questions of the commissioners? Now's your time. You probably get extra credit if you ask. We're all elected here, and we get a small salary. We represent different parts of the county, Rice County. It's divided up into sections.
Why don't we have introduce ourselves?
Yeah, go ahead. Want to start with Steve?
Sure, I'm Steve Bauer. I represent District 4, which is Wells Township and a portion of the western part of Faribault, city of Faribault. I'm glad to see you all here.
I'm Jake Gillen. I represent District 1, which is six townships on the east side of Faribault and city of Dundas and 2 precincts in the city of Northfield. St. Olaf College on the northwest corner and city of Northfield on the southeast corner, I said. And I'll let Galen tell you the rest of what he runs. And I said, welcome aboard today. And our chair is right. I said, you won't learn nothing if you don't ask the question. So I said, don't be bashful. Thank you.
Galen Malika, Commissioner District 2, which is the majority of Northfield. So,
Jeff Dockin, Commissioner District 5, which is most of the rural areas on the west side of the freeway, and also the cities of Lonsdale and Morristown.
I'm Dave Miller. I represent District 3, which is basically the east half of Faribault, from 9th Avenue over. I've been on the commission. This is my 3rd year. Enjoy doing it. I'm going to ask our administrator to introduce himself.
My name is Tony Murphy. I'm the Rice County Administrator. My responsibilities include somewhat managing the day-to-day activities of the county, including the county budget. And I've worked for Rice County now for a little over a year, and enjoy being part of this part of the state, and I enjoy working with the elected officials and the department heads that I get a chance to interact with. It's a great county.
usually your department heads.
Yeah. We'll have our department heads introduce themselves. We're going to start with Dennis.
He's got a gun, though.
Okay. That means you have to go.
I'm Dennis Louie. I'm your county engineer. My shop is out by the fairgrounds. We have 25 people in our department. We spend about $10 million a year taking care of snow plowers and building roads and bridges. So I'm sure you probably traveled on a county school. What school are you guys from? Fairville. Okay. Yeah.
busy collecting property tax dollars. We collect approximately $77 million that we distribute back to the schools and the cities and the township governments to pay their teachers' salaries. Other things that my office does, we keep track of all the finances for the county. We invest all of our surplus funds. We license liquor establishments. We do drainage, ditch administration for the county, and we do elections. For county.
I'm Troy Dunn. I'm the sheriff for Rice County. I'm in my 5th year as sheriff. I've been with the county for 25 years, starting as a correctional officer and working my way up to the sheriff's position. And I'm in charge of public safety in the jail, water patrol, and then security at these meetings because they get a little out of hand once in a while. Thank you.
Well, John?
I think I've met a number of you before anyway. I see some familiar faces. John Lawson, I'm the Rice County Attorney. I'm in my 5th month as Rice County Attorney. And my obligation is to be the chief prosecutor for the county. We prosecute all the serious felony cases, all the misdemeanor cases that happen outside the cities. The city prosecutors prosecute misdemeanor cases that occur in the city. And the other major function of our office is to provide advice to the county board, be the legal advisor to the county board and the other county offices.
Thanks. Kevin?
I'm Kevin Schmidt, I'm the IT director. We have IT staff. We support all the departments in the county with their IT. About 350 users.
Thanks, Kevin. Meredith, you want to say hi? Put you on the spot, I'm
I
sorry.
guess I do, but my name is Meredith Erickson. I'm the Chief Deputy for the County Attorney, and I'm assigned to assist the County Board in any questions they might have and to provide civil advice to the departments.
All right. We had to mention Shelley. She's kind of the
Keeper of the
yeah,
commissioners.
yeah. She keeps us together and keeps us in line. She does a magnificent job of doing that. So thank you, Shelley.
Thank you.
All right. Any questions? Anything you want to ask?
Can maybe one of you talk about the differences between Faribault City Council, what they do, and what's different about Rice County?
Sure. As a person who served on the city council for 17 years, a lot of things are kind of the same. The only difference with the county, too, is we have social services. And we have 100 employees in social services that take care of the needs of the elderly, the poor, people who are sick, that can't maybe take care of themselves. The city doesn't have that. As far as the city goes, we have a police department, we have the sheriff's department at the county, we have economic development, we try and attract new businesses to Faribault. We have our engineer to take care of our roads. The city of Faribault has the same thing. Trying to think of what else. Well, with the county, we have the lakes that we have to patrol. Like, as Troy alluded to, we have the water patrol. The city of Faribault really doesn't have that. The Faribault City Council has a fire department. We have a rural fire department that's a part of the city. Trying to think of what other distance. Go ahead, Gillen.
Well, statutorily, we're different.
Yes.
Tony, help us out here. About 75 to 80% of what we do is mandated by the state and federal government.
Right.
So there's a difference. Not that the city isn't mandated on things, but it's a lot less than what the city is. statutorily, Troy has to oversee the jail. City police departments are not statutorily obligated to have jails. Tony, take a stab at it here.
Well, counties are, as Galen mentioned, Commissioner Malika mentioned, counties are created by the state legislature. Cities are generally created by themselves, by the citizens of the cities, and so they run by a city charter, and they kind of get to choose what services they provide. So they may choose things like a library or the aquatics park, or they provide water and sewer services. They provide some storm drainage services. They have a great deal more flexibility in the services they provide and what level of service they provide, whereas the county, we are mandated to provide certain services, and we don't really get much choice in that. The problem is with the mandated services that we have to give, we're not always funded for the services that we provide, and we refer to those as the unfunded mandates. But so they are different in how they're organized, cities and counties, and different in the responsibilities that they take upon themselves or are mandated to provide. So I think that's the major changes.
Go ahead, Jake.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We also provide public health, which the city doesn't provide. I said that's a big and expensive department too as well.
Services.
Pardon?
Services.
Oh, yes, Veteran Services, which Tracy McBroom is the administrator of. We've got Community Corrections, which the city doesn't have in regards to the Public Defender's Office. I said there's a number of people that are employed there. The city doesn't have that. Pardon?
Landfill and recycling.
Yep, landfill and recycling. I said that's a never-ending expense. I said it's kind of went from a self-funding entity to now having to have some help and funding from the county as well. I said the recyclables are not worth a lot at this point in time. Hopefully it'll change, but everybody's gotten involved in it, and the market isn't as good for some of the products that come out of the recycling, but it keeps it out of the landfill, which is another huge expense. That landfills are not going to be here forever. It's just kind of a change in time, just like when we went to school. I said, I don't even want to say anymore how long ago that's been. It's been quite a few years since I've been out of school, and the rest of us too. And you talk about being the best years of your life. I don't know. I tend to disagree with it, but that's my personal opinion. I said, when you're in school, you're obligated to go. I said so. I said, at least till you're 18. I said, you go in a different direction at that point in time. I said, I remember when I got out of school, most of the girls all got married for the most part. There was no going on to college. I said, the guys, they went to college out of high school. A lot of them failed out at that point in time. Didn't know where they wanted to go either. So I said, but like I said, and I'm not going to say anything about education today. I said that's why we got an extra 4 years or something to learn that. So I'll shut up and let another commissioner have it.
Go ahead, Steve.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Another we'll probably miss some departments here, but we also have the assessor's office, and they take care of determining the values and the market values of all the properties in Rice County to determine, what the tax repercussions will be on those properties for the landowners. And the recorder's office, which record all the marriage licenses, birth certificates, land transactions, and then the environmental services that the landfill falls under. We have a planning and our planning and zoning department. Well, they take care of all the rules and regulations that go along with land transactions and so forth outside of the cities. But within the cities, like City of Faribault, Northfield, they have their own zoning, and so does Bridgewater Township.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, I never lived in the city, so I learned a lot today. So, I think they pretty well covered it.
All right. Any of you know how many people are in Rice County? Any idea? You might know how many people live in the city.
Cheating, Dennis.
Faribault has about 23,000. Rice County has 64,000, 65,000, and we're growing. So we take care of a few more people than a city does. So
How do we compare to the rest of the counties in the state? Where are we, in the middle, at the top, somewhere?
we're number one. I think size-wise, I think we're 12th. 14th. 13th? It's anybody's guess, you know. You say 13?
I say 13.
You say 14? We're 13 and a half.
What about budget-wise, money-wise? How much money are you guys working with as compared to like other counties and like the city of Faribault? Difference there.
Fran, you want to take care of that?
I don't know the city of Faribault's budget, but I know the Rice County budget is around $60 million. The board ends up setting a tax levy every year, and that's around $22 million. So that's what we collect from Rice County citizens for our services.
And the city would be less than?
The city would be less than the county.
I think there might be around 25 million. But we're responsible for all that money, and don't be scared. You know, we try and be good stewards of the tax dollars given to us. So, any other questions, comments?
Dave?
Yeah, go ahead, Jake.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We also have got two major cities in the county, which have separate budgets, and then we got the city of Morristown, the city of Lonsdale. They've got city councils and budgets too. But so, like I said, it ain't only the county budget; it's the city budget as well of the four cities. I said, which makes up probably just as much money spent in those four cities as the county spends. So it gets to be pretty spendy and a lot for the communities to adhere to. And I see somebody had their hands raised, so I'm going to shut up and let her speak. Don't be scared.
Yeah.
I just had a quick question on what kind of advice would you give to somebody who's thinking about pursuing a similar job to yours or in government in general? What kind of advice would you give?
Well, I think for us, I don't think any of us went to school to be a part of a county commission. It's something that we feel that a need to serve the people of Rice County. I think we're all in it not for the money, we're in this to make Rice County a better place. Unless I'm mistaken about you guys, I don't know.
Go ahead. Well, as a farmer, sometimes it's the only money I make. And I did, so, no, just kidding. I started in the township, really, is the deal, and got interested in it, you know, and I think that as you get involved there, you see the need to be involved. I guess you have to be one of those people that feel the need or want or desire to be involved. That's the first thing. If you don't have that desire to serve, why I think that you're kind of barking up the wrong tree. But over the years, and this will be, this I think is my 8th year, 9th year, whatever it is, I don't even know. No, I've really enjoyed it. You learn a lot. I mean, I don't know that you can really go through an education process that's gonna seat you in the seat and know what you're doing. I think it's kind of a learning process as you go. Most definitely a learning process as you go. So, but I've enjoyed it, and I believe that everybody on the commission here enjoys doing what they're doing.
You might go ahead.
like Dave was on the Faribault City Council. I was on the Northfield City Council for 8 years. And it is a desire to do good for the people in your communities. However, you'll come across some of those people that'll run for a city council seat or a county seat because of one issue. And I'll bring up one issue in Northfield when Target was coming in. There was a lot of people very upset that we were going to allow a Target store in Northfield because they didn't want it. And we had one person run, and he actually won. To me, if you're going to run for council or a commissioner seat, it has to be for the greater good of the people, not just for one issue or one item that you might be mad or upset about. You know, when you hear of the people, for the people, by the people, it truly is. It's the people's government, and we're elected to represent the people, and that's what it's about. I always try to take a look at things, and I may not agree with Jake or Steve or Jeff or Dave, but a lot of times we compromise for the greater good. We might not always get what we want on something, but we make it work for the greater good of the people. And that, to me, that's what it's all about.
Go ahead, Jake.
I guess Commissioner Bauer and myself have been sitting on the county board for the longest time. I said we're in our 11th year. When I ran in, I was 65 years old when I got on the county board. So now you know how, if you can add that up, I said, you know how long I've been here and how old I am. So I said, I had just retired from farming. I said I had a son that took over, and I had time on my hands, and felt that I was able to represent the district that I won in, and it takes a dedicated amount of time. And I'm not going to speak for the rest of the board. I do that sometime, and I shouldn't do it. I should just speak for myself. But I said it makes a good fill-in time for myself. Matter of fact, when I ran the first time in 2004, I said I asked people in my district if they thought that I could do the job. And I said when I got an resounding satisfactory that yes, I could do the job. It's a learning curve with everything. I said no matter what we do in life, I said it's just a learning curve. And I said sometimes it's interesting. Matter of fact, Sunday I got the first call that I ever got called. 11 years I've been on the county board, and I had somebody call me from my district, wanted me to come and put some cows in. On Mother's Day of all days, I thought, what the heck is going on here? I said, it was handled by the sheriff's department. That's where it should have been handled. And I said, not to throw that on him, that he should go out on Mother's Day, but I said, that was the first time that I had ever got that call, and I said, what do you expect me to do? Come and help you chase him, for Christ's sake? I said, you know, it's just what it is, I said. And so some days you really get some interesting scenarios, but, you know, I said when I first ran, you know, as the guys and girls that play sports, I said there's a kind of a high you get on before a game. And I know it seems like everybody experiences that. I said my boys did, and I never knew what that high was until I ran for the county board. I said I could come home on a high that it took me 2 hours to wind down from after campaigning. I could not believe that this is what it's all about, I said, and it really gives you a good feeling, I said. But that's kind of my little tale on what I'm doing here. So, thank you very much.
I think we're going to...
Hey, first, before, have Tony speak about being on the administrative ends for those who may want to get into public administration as an administrator or department head or something.
Go ahead, Tony.
Well, again, we employ a lot of people in Rice County, and so there are employment opportunities for those who want to serve in the public sector. I think the first place that it starts is you don't necessarily pursue a career in the public sector because you're going to get paid a lot. In many cases, public sector positions pay a little bit less than what comparable job would pay in the private sector. But there is this feeling, as the commissioners have described, of being of service. And so I think first area of preparation is, are you a service-minded, community-minded person? Do you care about your neighbors? Is that a motivating factor in your life, and what gives you fulfillment? And then it's a matter of trying to find out what areas of government that appeal to you the most. Again, we have IT professionals, we have social workers, we have sheriff's deputies, we have attorneys, we have public health nurses, and we have a lot of detail-oriented, data-oriented type of individuals, and appraising and county recorder's office. There are just a lot of variety of job positions that are available. I think that county government has changed over the last many years. It used to be that you could come to work for the county right out of high school and kind of grow and learn and progress as you understood your job better. Most of our jobs now require a degree. Most of our jobs require at least a bachelor's degree. And for those that are more in the higher management levels, many of those positions require a master's degree in today's competitive world. So I think, again, the route is find out if you really are motivated and fulfilled by community service, and if so, find what your niche is and make sure you get the appropriate education and experience in those areas, and we'll come looking for you, because we do have a need for bright and qualified people to serve in a variety of capacities in Rice County.
Thanks, Tony. And Steve, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a minute. Do you know what nonpartisan is? Does anyone know what nonpartisan is? Okay, we as commissioners and city councilmen also, we don't run on a party ticket. We're not associated with a Republican Party, Independent Party, Democratic Party, whatever. It's we're just on our own. We're not running on a party ticket, so we don't have to, belong to a political party to run for office. I just wanted to add that so you know what the difference was between running for county commissioner, city council, as opposed to running for the Senate or another position like representative or governor.
Any other questions? We appreciate the question that you asked, and you got a very long answer to that question.
I was going to say, she's never going to ask the question again.
Don't be afraid, but wherever you wind up, learn about the place you're in, get involved. You can make a difference. We'll bring you back here. Thank you very much for coming in. All right. We used up a half hour here.
Yeah, pretty good.
Thanks for coming. All right. While they're leaving, we'll invite Dennis Luby up.
Good morning. Just one item on the agenda for today. The packet had the bid summary from bids we opened on April 16th for a 66-inch diameter culvert replacement. It's one of 3 drainage projects on that County Road 46 north of Faribault. So we had 6 bids. The low responsible bidder is Swanky Imes Contracting LLC in the amount of $122,556. So I would ask the board to approve contract number 1571 in that amount.
So move.
Second?
We have a motion by Commissioner Bauer, second by Commissioner Gillen, to approve the contract 1571. Any discussion? Questions? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dennis. Troy, you're up next.
5 items today. First of all, I just, as a side note, just want to mention that this week is National Police Week, and Friday is National Law Enforcement Memorial Day, remembering all of the law enforcement officers that have died in the line of duty. And since last year, we've added 273 more names to that list in Washington, D.C. So I just ask that you reflect this week on that in your own way. And remember our 2 fallen officers, Terry Hansen and John Liebenstein, as well. So, thank you. The item on the board agenda is Resolution 15021, and that's a boat and water supplemental grant. I believe at the Personnel Committee, a couple commissioners said, I said we were down a little bit. They said get more, and we've got a little more. So with this grant, we would receive $4,500 for participation in the 2015 enforcement and safety project, where we will target our resources at personal watercraft operation, boating while intoxicated, careless and reckless operations, speed and wake violations, use of navigation lights and other boating equipment, and registration violations. So with this, I'm asking your approval to accept or adopt Resolution 15021.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Mock, a second by Commissioner Bauer to adopt Resolution 15021. Questions, comments? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, Kevin. You're still here. Couldn't see you behind the screen.
Good morning, Commissioners. I have an updated contract here. Today for your consideration, I have the contract with Jaguar Communications for dark fiber. We've been discussing this in our technology committee for a number of months and bringing this contract forward. The change in the contract basically is that we switched it from a 10-year contract to a 5-year contract based off of something that Meredith pointed out that that's one of our policies. The other change is that they are no longer going to charge us for the connection to the government services building, which reduced the cost by about $400 a month. So all good news on that side.
Bad news?
I don't see any there were no changes other than those two that were both in our favor.
All right. Any questions?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I think it was just, is Jaguar the only one company that's offering in our area?
Jaguar is doing a lot of the fiber build out in our area. However, there are a number of other companies that do this. When we talked to them, no one came close on price to what Jaguar was offering.
Thank you.
As part of the IT committee, we looked at this, and Jaguar was far and away
Cheaper.
better, yeah. So, okay, we probably need a motion to approve the contract.
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion by Commissioner Maka, second by Commissioner Gillen to approve the fiber contract with Jaguar Communication. Go ahead.
And Meredith, you did take a look at this. All right.
All right, any other questions? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That carries. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Next, Fran. A lot of stuff here.
Good morning. First item for your consideration is I'm seeking approval of adoption of Resolution 15-020 regarding performance measures. Sharon Kirk, who worked in my office part-time for the last couple of years, has coordinated aggregating all the data from various departments on different criteria that the state laid out for performance measures. And that is included in your packet. And the county, as part of this program, ends up getting about $9,000 in aid, and also, we're supposed to be exempt from levy limits if they're enacted. As in past, I would request that we would post this on our website, and I think that's required by statute if we participate in the program. And I would stand for any questions that you might have on some of the various items in this report.
Any questions? Go ahead, Steve.
Please. Mr. Chair, under financial, when you look at 2013, the debt service levy per capita and the outstanding debt per capita, and then we go to 2014, the debt service levy per capita increases, but the outstanding debt per capita decreases.
We issued bonds in 2013, so I think that's why the outstanding debt levy per capita increased.
So then wouldn't the debt service levy per capita increased?
And I believe the debt service, we ended up levying for the payments, and they ended up coming in 2014 and beyond.
But then so the outstanding debt per capita decreased.
Is the total.
The debt service increased. Okay.
Yeah, I would have to get a little bit more detail from our comprehensive annual report to be able to answer you fully on that one, Steve.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
And I can get you that information.
Any other questions? Motion?
So moved.
Second. We have a motion by Commissioner Mock, a second by Commissioner Dockin to adopt Resolution 1520 for the performance measures. Any discussion? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries.
Okay, the next item on the list is I'm seeking approval of Resolution 15-022, and this is a resolution authorizing the sponsorship of trails operated by the Faribault Snow-Go Club, and included with that would be authorizing me to sign the club trail agreement and contract.
I'll move to adopt Resolutions 15-022.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Bauer, seconded by Commissioner Gillen to adopt Resolution 1522, authorizing sponsorship of the trails by this Faribault Snow-Go Club. Any questions, comments? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries.
Next item is I'm seeking your approval for a renewal application for on-off sale Sunday liquor license for the lodge for July 1st, 2015 through June 30th, 2016.
So move approval.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Gillen, second by Commissioner Malka for the renewal of a on and off sale license for the lodge. Comments, questions? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carries.
Next item is I'm seeking your approval of a renewal application for on sale and Sunday liquor license for Windjam's Shady Acres Resort for that same period.
Move for.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Bauer, second by Commissioner Gillen to renew the liquor license for Windjam's. Questions, comments? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Motion carries.
Next item, I'm seeking your approval of an off-sale 3-2 malt liquor license application for Bob Cross doing business as Roberts Lake Resort for the same period.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Bauer, second by Commissioner Dockin to approve the liquor license for Roberts Lake Resort. Any questions, comments? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries.
The next item is I'm seeking your approval of a 3-2 malt liquor license application for Vesley Area Lions Club for that same period.
So move approval.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Dockins, second by Commissioner Gillen to renew the on-sale license for the Vesely Area Lions Club. Questions, comments? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say nay. Motion carries.
The next is, I'm seeking your approval of a temporary on-sale 3-2 malt liquor license application for the Vesely Area Lions on July 4th, 2015.
So move approval. Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Dockins, second by Commissioner Bauer to approve the temporary license for the Vesely Area Lions Club. Questions, comments? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries.
The next item is I'm seeking approval of a temporary on-sale 3-2 malt liquor license application for Vesely Lions Club, but this one is on June 27th and June 28th.
So move
Brewster's
approval.
Bar and Grill.
Second?
We have a motion by Commissioner Dockins, second by Commissioner Gillen to grant a temporary license for Vesely Area Lions Club. Questions, comments? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say nay. Motion carries.
Next item is a tobacco license applications for Booney's Beef and Brew.
Second?
We have a motion by Commissioner Malka, second by Commissioner Dockin and Gillen, to approve the tobacco license for Booney's Beef and Brew. Questions, comments? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries.
Next item is a tobacco license application for Denison Depot.
So move approval?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Gillen, second by Commissioner Malka to approve the tobacco license for Denison Depot. Questions, comments? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries.
And then the last is to approve a tobacco license application for the Lodge.
So move approval.
Second?
We have a motion by Commissioner Dockin and second by Commissioner Gillen to approve the tobacco license for the Lodge. Questions, comments? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fran. Next up, Environmental Services, Julie Arenkel. Morning, Julie.
Good morning. I just have one item for you, and this is based on the recommendation of the legal counsel after our Court of Appeals recent case. We are requesting the board look at some zoning ordinance amendments, basically to the section relating to the Planning Commission for both the conditional use permits as well as zoning amendments. And the recommendation is that we changed to state basically what's in statute rather than having the Planning Commission necessarily take the form of formal findings on the record. And just basically the language changes after the public hearing has been held, the Planning Commission shall make a recommendation of approval or denial to the County Board of Commissioners. And that's in Rice County Zoning Ordinance Sections 50304 and 50305.
Any questions?
Need a motion to,
Any motion?
I'll move to set the, publish the intent to enact and set public hearing for 7:05 on June 4th.
I will second that.
Go ahead.
Just raise a question. Do we have similar language in our Board of Adjustment?
The Board of Adjustment is a final decision-making body, so they do adopt formal findings.
So we have findings language there? Okay.
And just to clarify, it doesn't mean that the Planning Commission won't make findings when they do theirs. It just means that it doesn't have to go back for official adoption. It'll just be a part of the regular minutes, and then obviously we'll still have the board adopt formal findings at the time when there's a decision made.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments? If not, we have a motion by Commissioner Dockin, second by Commissioner Alta to approve the amendments to the Rice County Zoning Ordinance Sections 50304, 50305. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That carries. Thank you, Julie. Moving on. Tony.
Commissioners, the consent agenda is presented for your review and approval.
So move approval?
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Gillen, second by Commissioner Bauer to approve the consent agenda. Any questions, comments? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That carries. We have another item here. Nobody wants to leave?
No, we want to stay here all day long.
We'll have to go back to the agenda to find what that item is. It's,
Approve adjournment.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Malika, second by Commissioner Gillen to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yes.